everyone, how are you doing today? Today I have BH Cosmetics' newest release, the Ultimate Artistry palette, to share with you guys. So this is BH Cosmetics' newest release. It's called the Ultimate Artistry palette and it's a part of their Studio Pro line. The packaging looks quite different from the other BH Cosmetics palettes that I have owned before. This one looks more professional, so pro, but the actual palette kind of reminds me of the Morphe palettes, which I don't necessarily like. It's also quite thick as compared to their previous palettes. Another thing that has kind of bothered me about this palette is that there is no mirror. It's a big palette, so having a mirror right there, especially given that it can hold itself up, would have been really useful. Instead, it gives you the finishes that are included in the palette on the lid. There are 15 mattes, 12 shimmers, 9 metallics, and 5 duochromes, totaling to 42 shadows or 54 grams of product. This palette is only priced at $19.99, making the price per gram only 37 cents or price per shadow only 47 cents. So price wise, I feel like this is a great deal. They have all the shadows on the back of the box and they give you all the ingredients. At the same time, it marks 8 of their shadows as pressed pigments. So initially that kind of got me thinking, does that mean they have no binders in them? No. Basically, what they mean by it is that they contain these lake pigments which make them not suitable for immediate use around the eye area. Now, lake pigments, from what I understand, are the pigments that are derived from organic material like algae and such, and they are not approved by FDA for use around your eyes. However, most of the companies do have them in their eyeshadows and they just put a little disclaimer on the back side. Now, these are eyeshadows, so I'm guessing what they are saying that do not apply it in the waterline. So make sure you mark those down. I don't feel comfortable using any eyeshadows in my waterline. If you want to color that region, I would say go with eyeliners, And this is the look that I have created today using this palette. It's a simple kind of monochromatic look. I felt that one of the shadows that I used is slightly more, not exactly chalky, but it was more white based than I would have liked. I would have liked a more of an intense pigment, but they say that you can layer and mix the mattes and the shimmer. So I could have laid down a little bit of the matte shade underneath and that would have kind of made it more vibrant, I guess. But then the other shimmer was pretty nice and the mattes, I felt that they blended out very easily. I'm not including a tutorial for this look. I do have it recorded, so if you're interested, do let me know so in the comments below and I will post a video on that. I have another look that I have created using this palette which will be posted this Friday. Alright, so let's get into the swatches. Given that there are 42 shades, I don't think I will be able to swatch all of them on my eyes. But what we are going to do is take some of the darker, deeper mattes and try to blend them in my crease. And if you watch my Eye Friday video that's coming up, then you will get to see particular shadows as to how they are applying on the lids. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's the morning after. It's about 5:30 in the morning. I got some tea and no makeup besides some NYX eyeshadow base. And I have applied a little bit of the Ulta concealer in my inner corners. And I'm planning to kind of go and, just put all the mattes first and see how many I can fit on my lids. And just as a last thing, I wanted to kind of pack on the purple and the green and the teal, those three colors. Taking a fluffier brush to kind of blend out the edges. The teal color is the one that I'll have to give you a verdict of later. Not because I'm seeing any issues right now, but actually, well, because I'm not seeing any issues right now. There you go. I will be spraying these shadows on my brush with a setting spray because I feel like these shadows do need it. I'm using these kind of C-shaped brushes or smudger brushes to apply these shadows. This is supposed to be metallic versus this is supposed to be the shimmer. And I don't know if you can tell a difference. This is supposed to be a shimmer shadow versus this is a metallic shadow. I feel like both these colors are really close in color. There's another one, like a third one, fourth one. This is more whitish, you can say. This is slightly more pink. This is less pink, and this is more whitish, but we could have done with just one of these shadows. One thing that I am noticing that it's better to spray your brush first for these, because if I pick up the pigment and then spray my brush, the pigment just flies away. Let me take this crazy stuff off my eyes and we'll go into on swatches. So here is the palette again. I will be swatching them row by row. I will not be doing any brush swatches because I don't want to make this video longer than it's already going to be. If you are interested in seeing the brush swatches, do let me know so in the comments below, and I will post a separate video of all the brush swatches. All right, so let's go. People have suggested that it's kind of a dupe for the Subculture palette, but honestly, to call it that, I need a kind of mustard yellow in this. With the lack of that yellow, I can't call it a dupe. If I decide to compare it to my Foil Eyes palette, so these two are from the Foil Eyes palette, and then lower two are from the new palette. I do feel like these shimmers kind of have more of a pow in terms of shine. Yeah, shine. So I feel like the new palette has a little bit more shine. In terms of texture, I'm not noticing any, big difference, but maybe the older shadows are like a teensy bit more powdery. So if you ask me whether to get this or the Foil Eyes palette, that's a hard choice. It kind of comes down to what colors you're looking for. I feel like I like the assortments of different finishes in this palette, but at the same time, if you are looking for like these pops of colors like the purple and the yellow, you are getting that in here. But at the same time, these are only shimmers and there are no mattes to kind of supplement. But this palette is also cheaper. It only retails for like $10 or so, and it's pretty much always on sale for about $7 to $8. I did pick this one up for $8, I think. But if someone asked me, I would probably recommend this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do keep a lookout for my Eye Friday this week, where you will get to see this palette in action. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I hope you consider subscribing before you leave. If you hit that little notification bell right next to the subscribe button, you will be notified of my future videos. And thanks again for watching. Bye.